Now that we're here, let's start with the basics. In Blender, it's really important to know how to navigate around the screen, so I'm going to start with part 1 of this tutorial. I'll just go from left to right. On the very left, you have the Objects panel. This contains a number of options that you can use to edit your mesh. If you're confused about what the mesh is, it's basically just the object on the screen that we'll be manipulating. Right now, our mesh is the cube. So now that you know what the Objects panel does, we can move on. In the middle, we have the 3D view screen. This lets you look at what you're doing and where you'll be spending most of your time editing and animating your mesh. Using the view screen, you'll be able to manipulate all the objects in the scene, such as the camera, the mesh, and the lights. On the right side of the screen, it's sort of split up into two parts. The small part on top is called the outliner. The outliner will show you all the objects in your view screen. The larger part below the outliner is the properties panel. These are different options and properties which will let you manipulate your mesh even more. I won't go through that now, but I will during a later part. Now at the very bottom you may see a large box with a lot of lines. This is called the timeline. You won't use this much unless you're animating, which will be discussed at a later part as well.
Now it is important to be able to move around your view screen so you can get a full 3D view of your mesh. There are a lot of different ways to change view. The most basic and common one is holding down the middle mouse button and moving your mouse around. This will allow you to show your mesh at any side. This is also called orbiting. Holding shift while you hold the middle mouse button and move the mouse around will allow you to move the camera up, down, left and right, like so. And if you want to zoom in, you can either scroll with the mouse wheel or use the plus and minus sign on your keyboard. This would be used for if you just want to see something up close or far away. Now if you want to be more precise, you can use the numbers on your keypad 7, 1 and 3. This will allow you to look at your mesh on an exact side, such as top, bottom, left or right. Now you will click 7 for top view, 1 for front view, and 3 for side view. Now also, if you hold Control, this will do the exact opposite. So clicking 7 while holding Control will show you the bottom view, 1 for the back view, and 3 for the other side view.
Now if you want to move your camera just a little bit, then you can click the numbers 4, 8, 6, and 2. Clicking on them will just make your camera move a little bit to the left, right, up or down, just so you can get a little slightly better view of your mesh.
Now the last part of navigating the view screen is the camera. You can go into camera mode by pressing 0 on your number pad. This will allow you to see what the camera sees, and it would be used for taking snapshots, movies, or JPEGs. Now that you have an understanding of navigating the view screen, try practicing around until you feel comfortable to go on to part 2.